Alrighty guys, welcome back to the channel. How are we all today? I hope we're all good. I hope we're enjoying our day or night wherever we are in the world, guys. I hope everyone's staying safe with this coronavirus situation, and yeah. So today we're doing another Total War Rome 2 battle. This battle is a 2v2 between I'm playing Epirus and we have another person playing Seleucid. We have two other players, one playing Swaby and the other playing Egypt. Now, for you guys wondering where the Mountain Blade videos are, they're coming. I'm still doing them, yes. Just, you know, the other video where I said a lot of my footage got corrupted and I needed it for those days that I couldn't upload. Well, obviously I didn't have enough footage because of that. But yeah, so because I couldn't do that, I couldn't upload for the past couple days. So I've been recording, and the next Mountain Blade video is being edited, as should be done by the time this video is out. This was just a quick Rome 2 battle that I thought I'd upload for you guys to watch in the meantime. And yeah, so let's get into it. So on my army, I just brought, yeah, is it gonna show me my, no, it's not, okay. So my army, I brought 3 of these mercenary Samnite warriors, I think I brought 4 Thor spears, 4 of these Illyrian levies, and 4 of just the normal archers. And over here, my general's Hellenic Rearguard pikes, obviously, and I also got another Hellenic Rearguard pike. I think back here is my other mercenary Samnite warriors, and here I've got my third one. And then I've just got a couple of mercenary Italian swords there. I've got my ballista here, and yeah, so, and then over here in Seleucid, Seleucid's just got 3 hillmen, his 4 archers, 2 pikes, and I believe the rest are just thorax, and his general is shield bearers. Over here on Swaby, they brought a bit of Club Levy and a couple of these Berserker units. Yeah, so just a bunch of Club Levy. They brought some other units, these round shield swordsmen. And I believe, yeah, these are his well, not his archers, sorry, his ranged units, and then his general, obviously, sword masters. He also brought artillery here. As well, movable artillery, which I try to hit with this, but the scorpions on these towers kind of messed that up. And then, so in Egypt, they have some Galatian swords there. These Galatian swords here, no, these are carrying axemen. I know, yeah, Galatian swords. And then the rest are thorax, and he's got his 3 mercenary Cretans, and actually, I think that was all the archers he brought, and he's got some Thoros spears, some more carrying axemen, Royal Thorax swordsmen. He must have more archers as well, because his general's not here, so it's most likely hidden. Now, on this map, we didn't put anything back here, because right before the game started, I was going to move units over there, but Swaby counted up to 20 units here, so they didn't put anything back there. So yeah, so we're fine there. Now, Seleucid, he was a bit of a he's a new player, and it took me a while for him to it took me a while to get the point across that he has to set up. Like, if you can see here, he's literally just got hillmen blocking that. He's got some thorax, which I made him put there real quick. He's got those hillmen there, which aren't protected here. Like, it took me a bit to get the message across to him that he needed to bring all these reinforcements up. But yeah, we'll get into the battle now, guys. Alrighty, my guys. So yeah, they're just pushing up. I'm not quite sure why he brought ladders, but yeah. Now, my archers were glitching out a lot, and I noticed this happens a lot up on this hill. Like, this hill is such a good advantage, but like when you're trying to shoot over here, And like over here, they glitch out and bug out really bad. But if you line them up like this way, facing this way, and shoot down into this area, you know, they work properly. Oh, so over here they got an artillery shot on my guys trying to break this wall. It went over this wall. Yeah, so they hit me again here. I think this is when I noticed and I pulled my guys back. Or soon, I hope, because I only really seen them hit me once. But these are only my Illyrian levies, so yeah, they've only lost 10 guys. So that's not too much of a problem. I put some spike traps here because I didn't really want these onagers getting through and like just walking up to my men and shooting them. So yeah, I put those spike traps there. I don't think I really overdid it. I spread them out a lot. Like, they're pretty easy to break and walk through, as you'll see. Units walk through them heaps. So I don't think I've noticed him hitting that yet. I put some Illyrian levies up here to hold the gate, the arrow tower here, so that I couldn't get shot, you know, if they're trying to make their way here, which is exactly what they're trying to do. And yeah, see, this is when he starts moving his units up. Like, okay, he's still only got really Hillman holding. Took me a while to tell him to move up all of these, but yeah. So what happened here was I shifted my artillery around. If you guys know how to do that, you can like turn your wall artillery. And I was trying to go for this, and I got one, but the scorpions from these towers just, because my back was facing them, just, yeah, these guys just got destroyed. So I'm over here, Egypt's making a bit of a push. I was surprised on how well Seleucid did to hold them back, but this is I like to say Carthago is a very defender-heavy map. And the reason I chose it for defending is because this Seleucid guy, when I say he's bad, I mean like he's very bad. Like he's young. He's quite young, so he kind of he likes to mess around and annoy people in the Discord server. But you know, like, we like to give everyone, you know, a fair chance. We don't like to hurt people's feelings, you know, by not letting them play. So I thought, oh, no one else wants to play with him like when out of these 4 guys, so I'll jump on his team and I'll chuck it on Carthago. You know, like, it's not too bad of a map, but I mean it's pretty defender heavy. Now these guys aren't pro players either, but they're a lot better than in my opinion, they're usually a lot better than Seleucid. I basically had to build Seleucid's whole army for him because he likes to bring the weirdest army setups possible. But yeah, so this is what I did because of this artillery shooting in. I kind of just made like a weird lines here, so they had to push in like this, and they couldn't really shoot my men. Now I think they get a couple good artillery shots on my good guys because they're shooting over and they hit my men here. But yeah, as you can see, I'm just having a lot of problems in my archers trying to get to shoot them on the wall. One unit was consistently you know, doing what I told it to do, but these guys are just bugging out real bad. Like, they were in range, obviously, like these guys are in range, but they were just not having it. And I don't really like to pile my archers up because they don't shoot how they're supposed to. But yeah. So I did get these club levies. See, I got one unit just shredding them. But these are only Illyrian levies, so they're not the best unit. I had them there just to hold the gate. You'll see here in a second the units that push in here just get destroyed by my Thoros spears. Because what the plan was whatever unit pushed in this way, this Thoros spear would hit them in the back. Whatever unit hit these guys, this Thoros spear would hit them in the back. And you'll see that eventually when they start pushing in. Now this was a big problem. I didn't think about this. I always underestimate how far the gates can shoot their arrows, but I was like, I didn't really think of it like that. I was like, I'm just gonna shred their units as quick as I can. And yeah, I don't know why these hex bearers were so low. I think they took a bit of. I think they only had 80 men. I think it said. So yeah. We'll see the nicest PL throw here in a second when these guys push in. So yeah, these hillmen were getting crushed. Oh, here, watch this watch these guys just get melted by PLR. I think they threw PLR. Oh, see, I started throwing my oh god. Okay, my guys didn't throw PLR then. Oh, they threw a bit. Oh, these hex bearers just. Oh god. So I'm over here, yeah, they broke through really quickly, as I was saying. Like, he just didn't have his units up there. Like, I had to just tell him to move everything up. So he basically lost this whole area straight away. He probably could have held, you know, a bit longer, but he did have a really good advantage here with his archers. This ledge here is really overpowered if they only bring things like siege towers. They just shoot while they're on the walls, and yeah. But he did have to cop a bit of Swabia as well, as you can see. But he could have easily held them back if he had moved all. Like, he has so many thorax back, he could have moved them up. But you know, I wasn't, you know, discriminating. But here we'll see in a second. Oh, there's some really good. There's two thrust spears here. They were just melting these units. You'll see another good. Just weakening the units, so when they, you know, run into these guys, they just don't do very good. You'll see here that these onagers here just sitting here, and I was really worried they were gonna walk through my you know, get in and just really wreak havoc. But he kept them out here. I don't know if they were out of ammo, because he was shooting at this wall with normal ammo, and you don't want to do that. You want to shoot at settlement walls if you're trying to make a breach point with fire ammo, because for some reason it does a lot more damage to fort walls, which in my opinion just doesn't make sense. But hey, it's Rome 2. Exploits are what it's known for. So I think at this point I kind of just chilled with my archers. Like, it was starting to annoy me a bit, so I kind of just, you know, left them there. I think this is where I kind of just gave up and started stacking them, but as you can see, just, like, literally one guy is shooting. It is just not very good. So over here is about where I got pushed the most. My mercenary Italian swords kind of just got a bit minced by, like, everything they threw at me here. But I had these Thor spears here, just, you know, waiting to back up. Yeah, I think, yeah, I chucked them in there for the fight. Oh yeah, here, look at my Thor spears just gone ham. I didn't mean to have them on fire at will, but yeah, see, as you can see here, this still works really good with the Illyrian levies, is they'll fire into their backs. I'd tell these guys to chill over here. See, look how quickly these guys broke. And I targeted each thing, so I targeted them on them, and these Thor spears over here on these guys, and you'll just see how quickly these guys break. Like, there are 69 men right now. You know, they're just getting destroyed. Especially because they're berserkers, they literally have 10 armor. The peeler from the Thor spears is just melting them right now. Unfortunately, I am killing my own guys, I'm pretty sure, with the peeler, but as I said before, these are only really Illyrian levies. These are my front line. Not really bothering me too much. As we can see, I kind of set my archers up here, you know, just left them like this, waiting for, you know, something to pop up that I'd be able to target. These guys are going berserk. There's only one of them left. Oh, we got a kill. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what hit my. Yeah, you can see back here. they were shooting over, and I noticed that pretty quickly, and I moved my guys out of the road. As you can see, he randomly pushed his general up, but this general just ate my arrows like there was no tomorrow. Yeah, see, I moved my archers just off this cliff because it just wasn't being beneficial at all. I moved them here, and this is a very good play. I pushed down here, and I put my archers about here, and just let them fire into the sides of these guys if they weren't being smart. And Swaby really couldn't do much because he only had his horse runners, so he couldn't really compete against my archers. Over here is where I did have the most trouble because they just threw so much at my men, and I didn't really think I needed my pikes yet, so I kind of just let my infantry just, you know, sit there and handle it. And I had to move these mercenary Italian swords because, like, yeah, they were just getting minced by Pila. But, yeah, so as you can see, Swaby actually doesn't have much left at all. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6.5 infantry units left, and I mean, I wouldn't say how much more, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, basically, and then 12. Yeah, I had a lot left compared to Swaby, but Swaby wasn't much of a challenge going up against Epirus. Like, yeah, they just don't have enough armor. I mean, they generally did. Like, I was surprised about how much armor these club levy have. Like, these, yeah, it's like 40 armor. Yeah, it's not bad, but it's just a bit whack. Like, 40 armor. How do these guys have 40 armor? But, you know. But they just did not fare well against me. I had to argue with this Seleucid kid for a while because he wanted to go against Swaby, and I said, nah, you won't do as good. Well, I mean, he could have, but I don't think he would have held this as good as he held down here, because all he really had to do down here was just focus this choke point and this choke point, whereas me, you know, I was holding this, this, and this. And the reason why I kind of told him to go against Egypt was I would just quickly finish these guys off, while he just throws thorax against thorax. But the problem is Swaby just sat back for so long, just doing nothing. I mean, they were pushing units up and being a bit of a problem. Like, I think here I wasn't really watching this because I was talking to him about what he needs to do next, and as you can see, Egypt just doesn't have anything left. Like, they held so much back here that they could have pushed up. Like, I don't even think Egypt brought pikes. Now, that is one thing that really annoys me when people play this game, is if you're playing a pike faction, bring pikes, because it is such a big advantage to bring pikes. Like me, I brought 2 Hellenic Royal Guard, and we're on large funds, because that's like, everyone plays on large funds. Like, we don't like to play an Ultra because it doesn't give a good variety. And that's also why I like to play Epirus, because you can only have 3 Sam Knight Warriors. You can only have 3 Italian Swordsmen. Like, and it gives a better range of units. And with my archers, I cut down from my bigger archers to these 250 gold just normal archers, so I could afford things like my Hellenic Royal Guard. Like, I got one as a general and one as a normal unit. And these pikes will, if you've played Rome 2, will just munch through anything. And yeah, so kind of just breaking down Swaby over here. Seleucid could have probably finished Egypt off a lot sooner, but he was new, and I wanted to kind of let him play the game. I didn't really want to tell him too much. The only things I really told him to do was move up all these reinforcements, like things he could have done. See, they just started moving that. If he had moved like this thorax sword up, he would have been able to hit these guys in the back, you know, been able to just kind of crush them a little bit quicker. He did kind of save me over here though. I do have to give him props because I wasn't really watching here and these guys broke and they could have just ran all through here, but he managed to I mean, we would have held it pretty good, like they wouldn't have done much, but yeah, so he kind of blocked it off there. It was good. See this, I didn't even notice. Yeah, see, he started moving units up. And then I told him he doesn't have to, but I was kind of like, oh shit, they pushed up really quick. But then they pulled back and I said, no, you don't really need to put some units there. But I was like, no, you may as well leave your thrust there. If they've got ammo, throw in. But yeah, I think he took them out and just let me kind of fight it. So over here, I was just not really touched at all. As you can see, my archers were here. I don't know, I pulled these guys back. I didn't mean to run them through. So, yeah, I pulled these guys back, but as you can see, I just had so many reserve units left. Like, Swaby just had nothing. Like, they sat so much out the gate. Like, for Swaby, in my opinion, he just did not bring a good army comp. Like, he brought it, like, club levies and berserkers. That was his whole army comp, pretty much. And that's just, he had some of those round shield swordsmen, but he honestly could have brought a better army comp than what he did. And then Egypt kind of just lost he just lost easily against Seleucid just because he didn't bring pikes, in my opinion. And he didn't commit a lot. Like, he committed, I think, 2 of his archers and left 2 out. Like, you're not gonna win 2 archers against 4. Like, if you're gonna commit your archers, you either commit an exact same amount as they have or all of your archers. Because if you commit just 2 archers against 4, or even 3, it's not gonna go your way. You're always gonna lose. See, he's got 1 archer sitting here. Seleucid has 3 just sitting here, and I don't think they're actually firing into the archers now. But, yeah, they're pretty far away. I don't think they could even reach them. Yeah, their range just stops here, but it's just like, look at his other archers all the way over there, his mercenary Cretans. And I mean, if you're going to spend as much money as you are on mercenary Cretans, I mean, they're not the most expensive unit in the game, but, you know, if you're going to spend that much money on them, you need to commit them and use them properly. Whereas me, like, you know, I spent 250 gold on these archers and allowed me to get, you know, better units. One thing I did mess up here was I moved up here, thinking, oh, I'm gonna crush these guys a bit quicker, but it kind of didn't really go my way because I pushed these Illyrian levies up and really underestimated how quickly, you know, Illyrian levies will lose to things like, yeah, like berserkers, and they had all this peeler coming down on me. And I was trying to shoot them with my archers, but they just weren't doing as good because, you know, these guys have 40 armor. And I thought, you know, I would have done better because they were shooting to their sides. But once again, this whole game, I was just having archer problems. Like, these guys wouldn't fire. And it's not because they're in the stakes. Like, later on in the game, they shoot fine when they're in the stakes. And it's just, yeah, just a bit buggy. Yeah, see, they're shooting fine now, and I didn't really think that these guys would be doing so much damage. Pretty sure they were out of ammo at this point, so I just started shooting into the back of this guy's general, and they just have so much armor, so I didn't really do much. And yeah. So yeah, I just kept shooting at the general, you know, trying to weaken him down a bit. And yeah, I brought my archers. Left 2 over here and 2 here, and kind of just spread them out. Oh, and we missed here. I really wanted to stop him getting this inside the settlement, so I put my archers here and just fired down and killed the whole Onega crew. He didn't really utilize it properly. Either he was out of ammo, as I said before, because of how much ammo he would have wasted just using normal ammo. But yeah, see, my Illyrian levies broke really quickly, and then I put these throw spears up, and they just broke just so quick. So I ran up some throw spears. I was running up some mercenary rows to catch that, because I really wanted to keep holding this, because I seen Egypt pulling everything around. I was like, oh, I want to hold this, so just in case Egypt tries to do anything. And of course, he just charged me with his berserkers, and I had to pull everything back here. So it was a bit of a wasted push. I kind of just had to hold back where I was, and this is, I think, in a second I'll pull my Hellenic Royal Guard up just to kind of just smooth things over. Yeah, but as you can see, Seleucid won over here, and Egypt just pushed around. This is another thing, you know, it's like when the other team like pushes around like this, you just know that you've basically defeated them, because like as you can see, Swaby has nothing left like at all really. They have these guys and their general. Like I'm not even gonna count their archers, because you know they're ranged. I mean, they do a lot of good work. I don't know. Oh yeah, I pushed my mercenary syndicate warriors up here to keep holding. I forgot to pull them back, but yeah, they kind of shredded them, but I think they ate a bit of peeler. Same here. I forgot these sort of spears had ammo, and I forgot to throw it up at them. But I think I do that in a second. But these guys are just eating the peeler, or the ammo from these guys. And these berserkers were just running through. They're such a good unit. So I think I ran these guys off to block them for a bit. And yeah, I actually lost this. So I had to run my whole archers up here, and they stopped following me actually. So I kind of just did a ballsy move and just left my archers here and shot at them. Which actually worked. And I didn't really mind if I lost these guys, because they're only 250, and I still... Like these two here had the most ammo left, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, oh this guy had 130 kills already. This guy only had 8. I think these guys were at... Well, these guys are routing. That's weird. These guys are 51 and these guys are 57. So they've been used a bit, but these guys had the most ammo, I believe. So yeah, you'll see he kind of just gave up the chase. Not yet, I don't think. But, yeah, this is my side throwing peeler up at these guys. Oh, that guy just got headshotted. Yeah, so they kind of just didn't do very well there. And Egypt started funneling into this choke point, and, like, they're not going to win this. And it took me a while to, like, tell him to, like, push shit around. Like, he left his Thorax swords here. It took me a while to tell him to push this way and go in like that. But, you know, it wasn't too bad. He ended up having to hold this choke point, because they just pushed everything through here, and I wasn't really watching. I was more focused over here, micromanaging this. As you can see, I actually pull my archers back around here and just fire at these. They had their backs to me, so yeah. Oh, they just got melted. So I kind of just destroyed them. And yeah, just kind of held this line, and I think I saw, yeah, my Hellenic Royal Guards up here, so I put packs in there, and I brought my general around here just to kind of like finish everyone off. And yeah, so once again, Egypt just left so much shit out. Like, I think the only reason Seleucid really won against Egypt, apart from Egypt not having pikes, is Egypt held back so many units when they were back here that they just, even though Seleucid held back units, because Egypt held back units, they were facing the same amount of units, and Seleucid just won because of the advantages of this map. So I reckon if Egypt had pushed up, you know, a bit more, committed a bit more, you know, he definitely would have done a lot better. Like, if Egypt had pushed down here, and even ran across the walls, which I didn't even see him try once, if he had done that, you know, that would have caused a bit of havoc, for Seleucid. But, yeah, ultimately, he just held back way too many units, and still not even pushing anything really in. He is now, as you can see. Yeah, but by this point, I think he put these thorax here. These guys just weren't doing anything. Oh, my bad. He put those thorax there. I was just hammering this general with archer fire. I didn't even use these mercenary stamina warriors for so long. I just left them there because they're such a good unit. I just left them there as reserves. As you can see, I pulled my pikes up. I actually pulled back a little bit because they were shooting me. Obviously, I didn't really want to lose my Hellenic Royal Guard because they're such a good unit. I think these guys did take a bit of casualties because I ended up putting them here and the archers just were hitting them in the side. But I really just kind of wanted to get this battle over and done with. And yeah, but it's all good. I had my my general was pikes as well, Hellenic Royal Guard, because they're actually the cheapest general you can get with with Epirus, the cheapest general you can get with Epirus. So I like to go with them and then get another unit of these guys, and I prefer the cheaper archers because doesn't matter what archers you have, how expensive they are, it's the way you use them. Like if you use them properly, the cheaper archers will do better any day against, in my opinion, against higher tier archers. But it really depends how you use them. Like using them against one-on-one against things like Royal Kushite archers or Nabatean heavy archers, you're obviously going to use. But if you play it to your advantage and maybe you hold back your archers if you're versing those heavy archer factions and just let them waste ammo, then your archers will come into play, later on in the game, which is exactly what I've done here. Although I did use these guys throughout the whole game, because they're bugging out here so much, I still had so much ammo towards the end of the game that I even just chucked these guys in to fight these guys. I was kind of just not having it, so I just threw my archers in. And yeah. God, there's so much dead bodies here. This was a real mosh pit. They just charged everything down this one funnel. I think a better play would have been to put archers here and fire, and maybe pulled back to about here and let them fire into the sides here. But oh well. And I think this is when, I was gonna say, I don't know when I put my general in. I think it's soon though, because we're really only holding this line with nothing really. But yeah, so basically just Egypt left in this game, and they were still sitting outside the walls. If he had pushed these units in, I mean, to be honest, I don't think he really would have made such a big difference, because even if he'd beaten Seleucid, I still would have had, maybe would have had enough units. But, I had my 2 pikes, I could have easily just blocked off entries, but, yeah, if he had committed, maybe this battle would have gone a bit different, but, he just left so much out of the walls. I think I even got, just over him just not pushing in. I think I pushed out with the unit. I think this unit here that just hasn't been used, I pushed straight out and I was just munching these units out here. Just trying to get as many kills on them. Weaken them. So this is when Seleucid pulled up his pikes, because he just didn't have to use them the whole game. I think he did use one, and they just got melted by archers, but he hadn't even used his general yet, his shield bearers. Just such a cool looking unit in my opinion. Oh god. Hellenic Royal Guard is such an overpowered pike unit. They just munch through other pikes. They're just so good. But at this point, yeah, he was kind of using archer fire, but it wasn't working. I'd already broken through here, and I kind of just charged into his archers so they'd stop firing. And kind of just, committed a bit so that he couldn't have these guys in, and he just pushed up against these Thoros. Seleucid did. And over here, I was kind of just chilling. I probably should have pushed up a bit sooner, just to kind of finish this. But these guys were being very passive, and it was I think it was just because they were so new and they kind of just really didn't know what to do. To be honest, there wasn't much they could do at this point. They just didn't have the units. I had so many fresh units. Like I had one, my archers were fresh here, my general, this unit here, and these guys would have been like a whole unit, the like half one, and then, you know, obviously Seleucid has one whole unit there pretty much, one there, and then they have their pikes here, and he has his general all the way back here. Like, we just had so many reserve units by this point. Like, Swaby literally had his general and these horse runners left. Like, there wasn't much they were doing.
At the double.
I do feel like this battle, though, could have definitely gone a different way if I had chosen maybe a map that wasn't so defender heavy. Because in my opinion, Carthago is a very defender heavy map. It really depends. A lot of people reckon once the walls are lost on this map, it's really easy for the attackers. But in my opinion, until like this whole area here is lost, then it's attacker heavy. Because once it gets to like this area, you know, all they have to do is put archers here, fire into here, you know, like once this is the only area that the defenders can have, then it's really going to go towards the attackers. But I mean, up to this whole area, until this like second layer here is really beaten, I don't really consider this for attacker. I'd say this is very heavy defender. This is a very heavy defender map, so if it was a different map, I probably would have said, maybe would have gone a different way, just because this kid I was playing with, Seleucid, was so new. Yeah, like, I do have to give it to the attackers. I mean, they did try their best, but they just did so many small things, like a bit more big things, like Egypt didn't bring his pikes, Swaby just didn't bring, you know, a proper good army comp. And Egypt also just held back for so long. So it's like just small and big things, you know, that they could have done better. Here's just when I just closed the gap and kind of just, yeah, I put up my Hellenic Royal Guard. We kind of just, you know, destroyed them. Yeah, so at this point, Swaby was out, and Egypt had really nothing left. Like, you know, they were running head-on into pikes, even though these pikes are not really formed properly. And yeah. Once again, I'm going to say, I was really surprised how well Seleucid did. But I'm only going to really say that Seleucid did well because, like, he played Seleucid. His name's actually Kevin, a Newcastle fan, on the Discord. But, as I said, he's actually very bad. Like, he only really won, in my opinion, because, you know, defender heavy map, and he played Seleucid, which is just such a chunky faction. And I basically had to make the army comp for him. But when you're trying to think about how bad this kid is, I don't mean to like shit on him. Like, I've been trying to like show him how to play properly, and like I've been giving him some good army comps. As I said before, I've given him a good Seleucid army comp for him to use. So he is learning. He's getting a lot better. But when I first met Kevin, I literally beat his whole Arverni army with, I'm gonna probably exaggerate here, but basically 4 Thor spears. I beat his whole Arverni army. 4 Thor spears and 2 or 3 Illyrian levies. And I beat his whole Arverni army. And I mean, he didn't bring a stupid army. He brought like a proper army, you know. And I beat him with 4 Thor spears and 3 or 2 Illyrian levies. Which was just shocking because, like, yeah, and he attacked on the stupidest side of the map. Like, he ran through the fattest choke point like possible. And yeah, but he's definitely gotten better over the past like 2 days. I'm not gonna say he got better by much, but like he's definitely learning, and everyone's been giving him like good army comps and good suggestions on what to do. But yeah, so hopefully there'll be another video. I'm gonna title it Kevin's update, or Newcastle fans update, and we'll see how much he's progressed. But once again, he's a lot younger, so he wants to have more fun than play serious, which I can understand. But yeah, he actually did really well in this battle, in my opinion, considering, you know, the other things that the other two attackers just did really wrong. But yeah, I'm actually pretty sure he got more kills than me by like 3. I think it was 3 kills. He got more kills than me, which I found was pretty funny. We made a bit of a joke with that. Kevin thought it was pretty funny. Also, shout out to Kevin's dad, who works at Tesco Bank. Yeah, actual legend right there. So at this point in the battle, you know, it was really slow. We kind of just, over here, I was just using my archers that had so much ammo to just gonna eat through this Royal Thorax. Yeah, they just broke their mass chain route, and there they go. GG. So yeah, we'll just in the replay, and as you can see, 2017, 2019. So he beat me by 2 kills actually. He beat me by 2 kills. So thought that was pretty funny. We'll just look at army comps. So here he brought shield bearers, 4 Syrian heavy archers, his 2 pikemen. Oh, one died. Oh god, what did he do there? He brought his 3 hillmen, just kind of, you know, just frontline units, and he brought his, you know, his thorax. I think he didn't actually run the proper army comp that I gave him, because pretty sure in the army comp that I gave him, he could have had a few more thorax, but you know, he did good with what he had. Now over here on my team, I brought Hellenic Royal Guard as my general, which I didn't use at all. Then Hellenic Royal Guard here, and then I brought these 4 just cheap archers, and as you can see, they did really good. They didn't do bad. This unit got 219 kills. Even my Illyrian levies, like one Illyrian levy got 112 kills. So it's just really how you use your units, and you know, you'll do good. This is my army comp for Epirus. I quite like using this army comp. And yeah, so over here on Swaby's team, oh my god, these berserkers got 343 kills. That's pretty impressive. But as you can see here, just club levies, just no kills at all. Like my Illyrian levies did better than these club levies. His round shield swordsman did pretty good, actually. I think these were the hex bearers that died like running through the gate or whatever. They got no kills and they just got destroyed. These other hex bearers didn't do good at all. The rest of his berserkers, only 2 really did well. 73 kills, they did alright, but this didn't do good at all. He got a lot of kills actually with these horse runners. Well, not too much, but his highest got 178, which isn't too bad. I think that was just because they were just throwing them into the huge clumps of men. But yeah. So he didn't do too bad with this army comp. Like, he got 1,822 kills. So it wasn't too bad, but it just wasn't really good enough to get through Epirus, in my opinion. And over here on Egypt's side, Egypt brought... Oh god, this isn't good. Like, see, Galatian swords are good. Actually, I think Galatian swords or Galatian legion. I don't know, but these aren't a bad unit. And like 6 kills, like carry up better with his carrion axemen. Well, carrion axemen aren't too bad actually, but you know, 6 and 14. This wasn't too bad, but he didn't do well with these. He only brought 3 archers, so I was right. He only had 3. And they got a lot of kills, but imagine he had 4. I don't think he can bring another mercenary creed, but he could have brought something else. You know, that could have been really handy. He had 2 Thoros spears, some thorax here, and he brought another royal thorax. In my opinion, I would have got rid of this and brought, you know, more thorax instead of this. And he didn't bring his 2 pikes. If you had brought the 2 pikes and, you know, maybe one more archer, he would have done a lot better. But yeah, so that's about it, guys. Thank you for watching this battle. This was just a small battle that I could upload while, you know, I was getting my Mountain Blade videos all ready for you guys to watch. And yeah, so subscribe, guys, if you haven't. Drop a like and a comment. It does heaps to the channel. I hope you guys had a good time watching this video and really enjoyed it. I hope you guys are having a great day or evening or night wherever you guys are in the world. Hope you guys are staying safe, and yeah, peace out, guys.